Today is April 2nd, 10:35 a.m. We detected unusual option activity on Carvana, that's CVNA, and in this video, we are going to go over these unusual options first, and then second, we're going to analyze them to determine what the large institutional investors are doing, and then three, we will show you what our trades are because these are for earnings, which is coming up on May 4. So you'll also notice that Carvana is at a support level here on March 15. Back on April 21, on this day, we also made a video on Carvana where we were shorting Carvana. And so make sure to watch that video if you wanted to learn how we caught the top here and then started shorting it. And so we'll put that link at the end of this video. And so now what we're seeing now is that we see a bottoming process, and we want to explain why based on these unusual options. So let's get right to it. You'll see here, this happened just 20 minutes ago, these 10:17 a.m. trades. So yeah, 20 minutes ago. Make sure you have the bell icon clicked to notify you whenever we see unusual options. These are 1,212 of them. You'll see lots of them, not just 1,200 of them. You'll see here. They're done at different times, but it was all the same strikes and the same dates. May 19, 6 strike puts, 8 strike calls, right? And so what does this all mean? Well, they are buying the 8 strike calls and selling the 6 strike puts. They're collecting a credit of 55. Well, in this case, they're getting 58, and then they're using that 58 credit to buy a call at 60. So you'll see here on the option chain, this is the strikes here. There were a total of 20,000 of them for today in the volume side, you see. Much greater than the open interest, so these are open orders. And then on the 8 strike, same thing, 20,000 of them, right? Greater than the open interest. And each, if we were to value 20,000 of them real quickly, selling the 6 strike puts is basically saying you're willing to own Carvana for 100 shares of them at $6. So that's 600 buying power times 20,000. So that requires a capital of $12 million to put on this trade. So quite bullish selling that, and we'll take a quick look at it. This is called a synthetic strategy. So you'll see here, it is bullish. As the price goes up, it will be above this zero profit loss on the y-axis. That's profitable. This is loss. So anything below that is a loss. So their break even, by doing this trade, their break even is about at 8 at expiration on May 19. So you'll see very high delta at 70 deltas. That's what they're getting for this trade. It does require 600 buying power for each of these trades. So what we did for our trade, since we think this is an earnings, we wanted to also capture that 70 delta. And instead of doing a trade like this that requires 600 buying power, we did the trade that looks more like this 945 one, this 2,499 here. You'll see here, this one we took on. So you'll see here on the May 5s, we are in that position. We got the 6 strike calls for May 5 to just expire in just 3 days. You'll see here, volume also much greater than the open interest. And it's currently at 77 deltas. So you'll see here our trade then, if we were to analyze this trade, you can see that our delta is also at 70, in the 70s, 76 here. Right, so very similar to the other trade that requires 600 buying power. However, this one doesn't require that. This just requires currently trading for $118 here, the debit here. So it requires less capital, and then we can decide how many we want based on our account size to position this with our risk reduction in mind. So this, as you can see, profits as it goes up, and it's a loss as it goes down. So this is a 3-day trade. This is in the money, so there is intrinsic value, which is why the theta decay is not as high, since we are already in the money. There is a theta decay. It's because it's such a short time period, but it's not as much. And so we're willing to take on this trade because we also think Carvana has a high chance of going up now that it has looked like it has technically has this bottom, and then we have these large institutions putting on trades that are bullish now. So you'll see here this bottom here, right, at this level around that $6 range here. So you also see another bottoming here, another support here, back over here. So we think this will hold, and it will go up. We don't know how far up, and that's why we got these calls without limiting our profits, so we didn't sell another call for that. And so that's our trade for earnings. It's going, again, May 4 is the earnings. And so, yeah, if you found value in this, please smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and hit the bell icon, and you will be notified whenever we see unusual option activity. Thank you, and take care, and good luck.